The story of a boy with his mom. Armin was a quiet boy of 12. He lived in a small town with his mother in a simple house near the edge of the market road. The house was not big, but it was always clean. His mother, Sarah, liked to keep everything neat, even when she was tired. Armin's father had passed away when he was very young. He did not remember much about him, only a soft voice and a warm hand. Since then, it was just Armin and his mother. Sarah worked long hours at a tailoring shop. She stitched clothes for other people, beautiful dresses, school uniforms, and sometimes wedding outfits. Her hands were always busy, and her eyes often looked tired, but she never complained. Every morning, she woke up before sunrise. "Armin, wake up, beta," she would say gently. Armin would open his eyes slowly and smile. He liked the sound of her voice. It made him feel safe. They would sit together for breakfast, usually simple bread and tea. Sometimes, if Sarah had extra money, she would bring eggs or fruit. On those days, Armin felt like it was a celebration. "Study well," Sarah always said before leaving. "I will, Mama," Armin replied. And he meant it. A difficult day at school. Armin was a good student, but he was not the best. Some children in his class were richer. They had new bags, colorful books, and shiny shoes. Armin's bag was old, and his shoes had been repaired many times. One day, during lunch break, a boy named Fahad laughed at him. "Why do you still use that old bag?" Fahad said. "It looks like it belongs to a poor man." Some other boys laughed too. Armin stayed quiet. He held his bag tightly and walked away. His face felt hot, but he did not cry. That day, he did not talk much in class. When he returned home, his mother noticed something. "What happened, Armin?" she asked softly. "Nothing, Mama," he said, forcing a smile. But a mother always knows. She sat beside him and gently placed her hand on his head. "You can tell me," she said. Armin looked down and finally spoke. "They laugh at me, because of my bag, and clothes." Sarah listened quietly. She did not interrupt. After a moment, she said, "Listen to me, Armin. People may laugh at what you have. But never let them laugh at who you are." Armin looked at her. "You are kind, honest, and hardworking," she continued. "These are the things that matter." "But Mama, it still hurts," Armin whispered. "I know," she said, smiling gently. "But pain can make you stronger, if you don't let it break you." Armin nodded slowly. That night, he studied harder than before. A secret wish. Armin had a secret wish. He wanted to buy his mother a sewing machine of her own. At the shop, Sarah used an old machine that often broke down. Sometimes, she had to wait hours to fix it, losing time and money. If she had her own machine at home, she could work comfortably. But Armin knew it was expensive. Still, he didn't give up on the idea. He started doing small jobs after school. He helped a shopkeeper clean the floor. He carried groceries for old people. He even washed bicycles for younger kids. The money was small, but he saved every coin. At night, he kept the coins in a small box under his bed. One evening, Sarah noticed him counting something. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Nothing, just homework," Armin said quickly. Sarah smiled. She knew he was hiding something, but she trusted him. A hard moment. One day, Sarah came home very late. She looked more tired than usual. Armin ran to her. "Mama, are you okay?" he asked. She sat down slowly. "The machine broke again today," she said. "I couldn't finish my work." Armin felt a deep pain in his chest. "Did they fix it?" he asked. "Yes, but it will break again soon." That night, Armin could not sleep. He looked at his box of coins. It was not enough. Not even close. He felt sad, but also determined. "I will find a way," he whispered to himself. A kind teacher. At school, Armin's English teacher, Mr. Ali, noticed something. Armin had improved a lot in his studies. He was working harder than before. One day, after class, Mr. Ali called him. "Armin, you have changed," he said. "You are more focused now." Armin smiled shyly. "I want to do something important," he said. "What is it?" Mr. Ali asked. Armin hesitated, but then told him everything. Mr. Ali listened carefully. "That's a beautiful goal," he said. "You want to help your mother." Armin nodded. But remember, Mr. Ali continued, education is also a way to help her. If you study well, you can change your future. I know, Armin said. I'm trying to do both. Mr. Ali smiled. I believe in you. A small opportunity. A few days later, something unexpected happened. The school announced a competition. It was an English storytelling competition. The winner would receive a prize. A real prize. Money. Armin's heart started beating fast. This is my chance, he thought. But then he felt nervous. What if I fail? He wondered. That evening, he told his mother. You should try, Sarah said. But I'm scared, Armin admitted. Sarah held his hands. Being brave doesn't mean you are not scared, she said. It means you try anyway. Armin took a deep breath. I will try, he said. Practice and hope. For the next week, Armin practiced every day. He stood in front of a mirror and spoke in English. At first, he made many mistakes. He forgot words. He spoke too fast. Sometimes, he stopped in the middle. But he didn't give up. Sarah listened to him every night. Very good, she said, even when he made mistakes. Her encouragement gave him strength. Slowly, he improved. His voice became clearer. His confidence grew. The day of the competition. The day finally came. The classroom was full of students. Some looked confident. Others looked nervous. Armin felt both. When his name was called, his heart was beating loudly. He walked to the front. For a moment, he forgot everything. The words, the practice, everything was gone. He looked at the audience. Then he saw his teacher smiling. And suddenly, he remembered his mother's words. Be brave. He took a deep breath. And he started speaking. His voice was soft at first, but then it became stronger. He told a simple story about love, hard work, and hope. He spoke from his heart. When he finished, the room was quiet for a second. Then, applause. Loud applause. Armin could not believe it. The result. At the end of the competition, the principal came forward. And the winner is, Armin. For a moment, Armin stood still. Then everyone started clapping again. He walked to the stage with shaking hands. The principal gave him a certificate and an envelope. Congratulations, she said. Armin smiled, but his eyes were full of tears. A beautiful surprise. That evening, Armin ran home. Mama, he called. Sarah came out. What happened? Armin gave her the envelope. She opened it slowly. Inside was the prize money. She looked at him, confused. I won the competition, Armin said. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. I'm so proud of you, she whispered. Armin took her hand. Now we can buy your sewing machine. Sarah shook her head gently. No, Beta, this is your money. No, Armin said firmly. It's for you. For a moment, they just stood there. Then Sarah hugged him tightly. You are my greatest gift, she said. A new beginning. A few days later, they bought a sewing machine. It was not very big or expensive, but it was new. Sarah placed it carefully in their home. She touched it with love. This will change everything, she said. Now, she could work from home. She had more time, more comfort, and more smiles. The real success. Armin continued his studies. He worked hard, not just for himself, but for his mother. The boys at school stopped laughing. Some even respected him. But Armin didn't care about that anymore. He had learned something important. True success is not about money, or things. It is about love, effort, and kindness. One evening, Sarah looked at Armin and said, You didn't just help me, you taught me something too. What is it? Armin asked. That even in hard times, there is always hope. Armin smiled. And in that small house, filled with love, they both knew, they were not poor. They were rich in the things that truly mattered.